affordability, I think, is the number one issue we're hearing at the doors and from constituents. And you know what? I like for I from time to times, as you just saw, sometimes I put the political cap on. I'll take that off and say, really, all parties are bringing forward ideas on affordability. It reflects different philosophies on how to get there. I think we're all acutely aware. I think the voting public are fed up with the politicization of this and just want to know, hey, are you out there to have our backs? I think we've done some unconventional things that honestly have the support of the NDP in terms of banning unpaid trial shifts. That was one of the things I did in my first acts as minister. Making sure that those in the service and hospitality economy, which was hit hard in the pandemic, but we need those people. I mean, think of the Timmy's on Division Street in Cobourg. Like, how often do you see the signs on reduced hours just because they can't find labor to work? There's a variety of reasons, but I think that is reflective of hospitality writ large and some of the challenges. So we've said you work a trial shift, you're going to get paid. We've also said that when you get tipped out nowadays, a lot of people, when they tap their phone or when they're paying, you see the option for tip. A lot of it's done electronically via your credit card. So businesses, when tipping out, some are using these apps that deduct a fee. So imagine that, working really hard on your feet all day, assisting seniors, perhaps holding doors, going above and beyond that extra mile, and then having some tech tycoon giant deduct a portion of that money. We've also empowered workers by saying you have choice. You will choose whether you get it, direct deposit, or whether you want to use the app. So again, big steps there, and that's all on affordability. The biggest reason, Mark, though, one of the biggest causes, we've seen the interest rates when we see the highest increase in interest rates by the central bank in a short span in our country's history. This is a real issue. I have a good friend of mine who grew up locally here, who now lives in Burlington, was telling me he's paying $25,000, he and his wife, more on their mortgage this year for the same house. They're getting nothing. It's just 25,000 more. That's big. That's significant, and that matters. That really hits people in their pocketbook. The second thing, carbon tax has raised the price on everything. And what's really frustrating when it comes to pocketbook issues is that we now have an unequitable situation Canada-wide. I'll remove the politics. The government made a decision, the federal government, to waive the carbon tax fee on home heating in Atlantic provinces from their sort of base power, which was oil. They've waived the carbon tax there, but to prudent and responsible provinces like Ontario, those who are on natural gas or diesel, in Ontario, of which we still have communities on diesel, we're working hard to take them off, but we're not getting a break. And so it's unequitable. And I think that's where you have premiers, including Liberal premiers, frustrated that we don't have an equitable approach. So we've called for a removal of the carbon tax. And we've lowered prices at the pump by taking over 10 cents a liter off at the gas and extending the gas tax reduction so that people who have to drive in our community don't get squeezed at the pump.